What's up? It's your boy Elijah X. So this video is about wrestling. This video is about wrestling. To all my wrestling fans watching this video, hope you guys enjoy this video, alright? So this is my predictions for this year for wrestling. I'm going to talk about last year. So last year actually was a good year for wrestling. Not a great year, but it was pretty good. Very unexpected with returns and passing, superstars passing away. A lot of comebacks, a lot of big matches. So for WWE, I think last year was a roller coaster. For AEW was pretty good, but then as last month, I say late last year for AEW, it's been kind of dipping a little bit. In my opinion, the best match in AEW last year is Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland in the Texas Death Match. That's the best match in AEW last year, in my opinion. And the best match for WWE last year is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania 39. That's the best match last year for WWE. I don't watch much of New Japan or TNA. I'm going to start this year. This year, I'm going to start watching more New Japan and TNA wrestling. So, the best... So, let me start with WWE. So, with WWE, this is going to be a great year for WWE. I just know it. I can feel it. It's going to be a great year for them. They have so many people on their roster. It is insane. You have, like, just to name a few, you have Roman Reigns. You have LA Knight. Yeah. Randy Orton came back. You got CM Punk. You got Seth Rollins. You got Sami Zayn, Jey Uso. You got, Gunther, Brock Lesnar. He's coming back. You got The Rock now. You got Asuka, Bianca. You got who else? You got Drew McIntyre. You got trying to think. I know there's more. trying to think. You got Solo. You got Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Santos. You got Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. You got and there's so many people. I'm just trying to think. Just name a few. You got Omos. He's coming back sometime, at some point. You have just so many people on this roster. You got Becky Lynch. You got Nia Jax. You got Rhea Ripley. You got the Judgment Day. Just so much talent on their main roster for Raw and SmackDown. I don't know if you got NXT. All right. For NXT, I don't watch much of NXT. I mainly watch it for Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, whoop that trick, and Ilya Dragunov, his matches are insane. I just started watching him last month, and I saw his matches against Gunther. Best NXT matches I've seen, best. And I also like Braun Breaker. They need to put him on the main roster, like ASAP. Put him on the main roster. He's literally like a young new version of Brock Lesnar and Goldberg combined. Put him on the main roster, please. I really hope that happens this year. So, like I said, for this year, for WWE, it's going to be a great year for WWE. So many people on their roster. The roster is stacked. Stacked AF. Stacked like that, all right? Stacked like pancakes. The roster is stacked like pancakes, all right? Seriously, it is. We're going to have so many great matches this year. I just feel it. At the Royal Rumble, it's going to be freaking Roman Reigns versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Also, yeah, AJ came back, so him. We're going to have the Men's Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble. You got Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. They might do Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. We'll have to see. Also, for the World Championship, they should do Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. And maybe Sami Zayn. If he's still injured, no, then don't put him there. But maybe Sami Zayn. I'll be there. I'll be at the Rumble. I'm very, very excited. First WWE pay-per-view ever. So I'm very, very excited to be going there. So we got that. But also got the Chamber coming up. All right. Now, I know a lot of you people are saying, a lot of people are saying how The Rock came back. And I'm so happy, by the way, when The Rock came back for day one. And he said, so The Rock, sit at the head of the table. I literally got goosebumps. I was so happy This is the dream match I've been waiting for like 9 years now. 9 years. I've been waiting to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I just want to see that match. I just want to see it. And literally, this is the best time for that match to happen because The Rock has a very busy schedule and also he's getting older. Roman Reigns, his title reign might be coming to an end soon. So this is literally the best time to make this match. But the question is where? Where will this match happen? Will it happen in Perth for the Chamber? Will it happen at the WrestleMania? Some say SummerSlam this year. Some say WrestleMania 41 next year. Here's my thing. I wouldn't mind seeing it at the Elimination Chamber. I wouldn't mind seeing it there. And I get it because, they need a big main event there. And it's a really big stadium in Perth. If you see the stadium in Perth, Australia, it's a really big stadium. I think it's called the Optus Stadium. It's really big. It fits like 70,000 people. 70,000 people, all right? I wouldn't mind seeing it there. But a match like The Rock versus Roman Reigns, it needs to main event night 2 of WrestleMania 40. Like, it needs to be on WrestleMania 40. Like, I just don't see that happening other than WrestleMania 40. Maybe WrestleMania 41. But in my opinion, I want to see it at WrestleMania 40, night 2. In night 1, I want to see CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I'm very excited for that match to happen. I'm very, very excited. It's actually a real feud because they hate each other in real life. And it's real beef. So I'm very excited for that match. Probably more excited for that match than the Rock and Roman match, all right? But we'll have to see. But I'm very excited for that match. But yeah, the Rock and Roman needs to happen at WrestleMania 40, night 2. Not Elimination Chamber. I wouldn't mind seeing it there, but it needs to happen at WrestleMania 40. Now, the thing is, Cody Rhodes. Will Cody Rhodes finish the story? I don't know. If they do The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, which I want, which needs to happen, it needs to happen. Where does that leave Cody Rhodes? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind seeing that either. I wouldn't mind seeing Cody versus Roman Reigns again. I liked the first match. I really liked the first match. And I was on the edge of my seat of that match because I wanted Roman Reigns to retain, which he did. I was on the edge of my seat. I didn't want Cody to win because I want Roman Reigns to reach 1,000 days as champion, and he did. But at some point, I do believe Cody Rhodes needs to finish the story. But it doesn't need to be against Roman Reigns. He can finish it against Randy Orton. I think he needs to finish it against Randy Orton because there's so much history between them both, and they're really close friends. So if he's going to pick a person to finish the story against, it needs to be Randy Orton. All right, that's what I think. That's what I believe. But I want The Rock versus Roman Reigns more than Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 2. And where does that lead Cody Rhodes? I have no idea. I don't know. I like Cody Rhodes. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. He's in my top. In WWE, he's in my top 5. He is. He's in my top 5. He's really good. But I don't know. If they do The Rock and Roman this year, which needs to happen at WrestleMania 40, then I would say do Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41 and let him finish the story there. That's what I think. But I also believe, I think that I have a feeling that Cody Rhodes might leave WWE. I don't want him to leave, but I have a feeling that he might leave WWE. And others believe that too. I'm not the only one. But yeah, I got a feeling he might leave because he might not like how they're booking him. And this whole Shinsuke and Cody Rhodes, I mean, it's not horrible. For me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just get kind of bored with it. It's kind of boring to me. It is. I'm just being real. It's boring to me. I don't like it. And I just kind of ignore it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm just excited. There's going to be a lot of great matches this year. A lot of great pay-per-views, PLEs, more returns at the Rumble, big returns, people debuting, Like Jade Cargill, oh, I'm excited to see Jade Cargill. She's one of my favorite female wrestlers in AEW. When she was in AEW, I'm a big fan of Jade Cargill, so I'm excited to see her in WWE. Hopefully she freaking dethrones Rhea. Now, I love Rhea Ripley. I do. I love mommy. All right. But her title reign sucks. It's been so bad. It's been so bad. The matches have been squash matches since she's been, since she won the title against Charlotte. Now, her versus Charlotte Flair last year, that was the best women's match all of last year. That was the best women's wrestling match last year, hands down. But after that time period, it just got really bad. It got worse and worse and worse. I'm like, what is going on? Why are they booking her like this? Why are they're not making her the dominant champion that we want? And it's bad. I don't like it. Her title run is just bad. I'm sorry, it is. And I think they're building her versus Becky Lynch for at WrestleMania 40, which I do want to see that. But for the women's division in WWE, I want to see Jade Cargill face Bianca. I want to see her face Nia. I want to see her face Rhea, Becky. I want to see her face Charlotte when she gets recovered. I know she's injured right now, but when she recovers from an injury, I want to see her face her. Hopefully, we get to see AJ Lee come back. People want her to come back. Trinity, she's really good. I think she's coming back. Sasha Banks, she might come back. So he has a lot of people coming back that might come back. So I do want to see matches between them and Jade Cargill, and just matches in general with those women. They're really, really good wrestlers. They're really good wrestlers. They're very talented. So this is going to be a great year for the women's division in WWE, hopefully, because they've been doing bad booking them, and I really want them to book the women's division right and strong. Io Sky, I like Io Sky, but they kind of made her weak. They haven't made her like a strong champion like she was in NXT. In NXT, she was really like, don't mess with her. Even with Shayna, they made Shayna like this weak kind of person. Like, Shayna's a really good fighter. She's a real fighter. And she was like undefeated in NXT. Now she's like nothing. And it's like, what's going on here? So please book them right. All right. Don't book them weak. Book them strong. Book them with good storylines. All right. That match with Shayna and Ronda Rousey last year at SummerSlam, that was a really bad match. That match was so bad. You could see people leaving, like going to the bathroom, getting food, and actually leaving, like, because no one understood it. It was a UFC match in a wrestling ring. And I get it. Something different, something new. But the UFC is more, it's short. The fights are short, they're quick. And you have like, 3 to 5 rounds per fight. This is a different fighting style, different martial art. And then when you put that in the ring with wrestling, the fans don't really want to see that, because in wrestling, you're doing more flips and backflips and slams and runnings, and you're just doing more stuff in the wrestling ring than in the UFC. So I get it, something new, something different, but it wasn't working. It was not working, and I didn't like it. It was boring, but hopefully things get better with Shayna Baszler and make her better in WWE. But yeah, it's been a great year for WWE. A lot of returns, great matches. Drew McIntyre might leave WWE. He might leave WWE because, I mean, you can just tell he's just upset that they're booking him like this. They're booking him like he's lost 12 matches. He's lost 12 title matches since he lost to The Miz, I believe. And he lost his match against Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel. He lost against Gunther last year. He lost against Seth Rollins day 1. The Survivor Series, him and Judgment Day lost. So he has a really bad losing streak right now. And WWE is not booking him correct. And I just know, we all know that he's upset. So I feel like Drew McIntyre will leave WWE and go somewhere else. That could be a really, really good thing for him and for the fans. But it could be a bad thing for the fans and a really bad thing for WWE. Where do I think he might go? AEW. He fits in AEW. Like, he can literally, like, he has that look. Certain wrestlers have certain company look. You know, some wrestlers have the look of AEW. Some wrestlers have the look of New Japan. Some wrestlers have the look of TNA. Some wrestlers have the look of Lucha. Some wrestlers have the look of WWE. You can just tell they have that look, they have that feel, they have that vibe. And certain wrestlers do better in other companies. I mean, look at the wrestlers in AEW that came from WWE. They're doing way better in WWE than they were in WWE. I mean, they're doing way better in AEW than they were in WWE. Because I feel like to a point, when wrestlers leave NXT, is like on the main roster, they kind of reduce their talent a little bit. And I don't like that. Like, make it hardcore. Give us the hard matches, like the hits and the slams, and like, not all this soft stuff. Like what is that? We want the legit stuff, like we saw in NXT. Go watch NXT UK, NXT Black and Gold. That's some serious wrestling. And then when they got in the main roster, it's just reduce. So hopefully they don't do that this year in 2024 on the main roster. Hopefully they upgrade a little bit. But yeah, I can see Drew McIntyre leaving, you know, after WrestleMania. And I can see Cody Rhodes leaving. If Cody Rhodes leaves, he needs to go back to AEW, and I would say finish the story there and win the AEW World Championship. Or maybe he should run AEW. Yeah, I think he should run AEW, because Mr. Khan, I don't know what you've been doing, man. But I mean, AEW's been good, but it's been dipping. So I just think Cody needs to go back and run things correct and win the title. Can you imagine if Cody Rhodes went back to AEW and was like, he was the boss, but also the champion at the same time? That would be really cool. That'd be really, really cool. But yeah, so a great year for WWE. It's going to be a great wrestling year overall, but especially with WWE. This might be the greatest wrestling year for WWE. So you'll see. It'd be a great year for them. Now with AEW, this may be a good, okay year with them. I mean, I know Sting is retiring in March. I have no idea who he's facing for his retirement match. Please do not let it be Ric Flair. I do not want to see Sting versus Ric Flair retirement match. That is so boring. Like, nobody wants that. I would want to see Sting versus, for his last match, I would say, I know people say, like, Darby Allin. That could work. It needs to be someone else. Maybe Swerve. I could see that. I don't know. I'm not sure who his last match needs to be against, but someone that's younger and that's popular. I'll say that. But with the women's division, they need to book the women's division right and have more women's matches. All right, I want more matches with Sky Blue. I like Sky Blue. She's pretty hot and she's a good wrestler. But I like Sky Blue. I like Toni Storm. Toni Storm has the best women's what's the word? Character. In the women's division of wrestling, in my opinion, she has the best character in wrestling. Timeless Toni Storm. I love that. I love it so much. And she's my favorite woman wrestler in AEW right now. So her, Sky Blue, and a couple others. I know Diana came back. I haven't watched much of her much of her matches in TNA, but I know she's pretty good. Sasha might come back she might go to AEW. That could be a possibility. Hangman, Swerve, they need to put the title on Swerve. we need a first black AEW champion. And I know people don't like Swerve because they found out some stuff. To me, he's okay. He's okay. I mean, his wrestling is pretty good, but he does need the championship. And I am so glad Samoa Joe is a champion because I was sick of MJF as a champion. To me, MJF is okay. You know, he's funny here and there, but just his title reign needed to end. I'll just say that. Like, it needed to end. And where he's going next, he could go to WWE. He could stay in AEW. I don't know. I think he should go to WWE, in my opinion. I think he should go to WWE, in my opinion. But as of right now, no one knows. I think he would do better in WWE and have a lot of pop, and just he'd be so over. Can you imagine that? MJF versus Seth Rollins, MJF versus Roman Reigns, MJF versus CM Punk in WWE, MJF versus, I don't know, Brock Lesnar, MJF versus John Cena, MJF versus Logan Paul. Like, so many matches he could have in WWE. So, in my opinion, he should go to WWE. But Swerve needs the AEW championship. I was so excited to see. I really want to see Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland. I want to see Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the championship. That'd be a really good match. That'd be a really, really good match. I want to see that. I want to see... With Chris Jericho, I'm not a huge Chris Jericho fan. His wrestling is like... he looks like an old grandma to me. He does. He looks like an old grandma, but his wrestling's okay. People hate him now because they found out he did some things in the past. But I doubt he's leaving the company anytime soon. But Chris Jericho, he's alright. He's alright. Oh, Will Ospreay. I cannot wait to see Will Ospreay when he finally gets things going in AEW. I love Will Ospreay. He's a really, really good wrestler. The best matches with Will Ospreay is him versus Kenny Omega. Really good match. And hopefully Kenny Omega comes back. Hopefully, gets better and comes back to the ring. In my opinion, I think Kenny Omega is the best wrestler of all time. He's like a video game character. He has really good wrestling skills. Really, really good wrestling skills. And whoever kicks out of the one-winged angel, it needs to be Will Ospreay. So Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. I want to see that happen again for a third time. Anything else? Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole. I like Adam Cole. At some point, they're going to build a feud between... They're going to have a match with MJF and Adam Cole. I don't know when. But Adam Cole as a heel, I'm very interested in seeing that. I like Adam Cole. He's one of the best wrestlers out there, actually. If you watch his match between him and Ricochet in NXT, that match is off the chain. But yeah, so overall, it's going to be a great year for wrestling. Overall, it's going to be a great year for wrestling, especially for WWE, especially for WWE, and then AEW be good, pick up. But I really hope AEW is up here. But the way I'm seeing things and how it's going, it might just be like, right in the middle, up and down. So we'll have to see how it plays out. New Japan, I know Dolph Ziggler debuted in New Japan. I don't watch much New Japan. I might start watching that at some point this year, and I'm start watching TNA. I love the old TNA matches. I saw some old TNA matches with Sting, Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, Moose. Who else? Who else was there? AJ Styles. What's her name? Is it Kong? I forget. Yeah, I think that's her name. It's been a minute since I've seen the videos, but if you watch the old TNA matches, it's very, very good. So I will be watching TNA at some point this year. I predict that TNA will blow up, especially during the summertime. I can definitely see that happening. TNA will blow up during the summer and get more hype and get more fans watching TNA. So I can see that. And also heard TNA and WWE are working together. So that's a good thing. That'd be a good thing. It'd be cool too. You got WWE and the UFC merger, and then you have TNA also with that. So that'd be really cool to see. Really cool. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is definitely my top 5. He's my favorite, character, wrestler. I don't think he's losing his championship this year. I don't think he's losing his championship, his streak. I think they might be saving that for next year because they think they want to do a thing where he surpasses Hulk Hogan's title reign, which would be cool to see. Like, I want that to happen. Like, he's been champion. Roman Reigns has been champion for 5 years. That's pretty good. That's really cool. That's unheard of, especially in this day and age. It's very rare too. So I don't think he's losing the title. I could be wrong, but he needs to surpass the Hulk Hogan streak, and he needs to face everyone before he loses his title. He needs to face, he's facing AJ Styles, LA Knight, Randy Orton, but also he needs to face Bobby Lashley, Omos, The Rock. I want to see Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns versus trying to think who else. Braun Breaker, Bobby Lashley, Omos, Solo. I want to see that. Seth Rollins, that needs to happen because the last match with him and Seth was really bad. That was a really bad match. And let's talk about that match. And him versus CM Punk. I definitely want to see that. They need to book that for SummerSlam. SummerSlam of this year needs to be CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. That would be a really, really cool match to see. So I want to see all that happen. But yeah, he's not. I don't think he's losing this year. Actually, my favorite champion last year was Gunther. He was the best champion, longest intercontinental champion of all time. He had the best matches last year for the men's division. Like, Gunther is definitely in my top 5. He's a really good wrestler, and I'm excited to see where he goes, this year, who he faces next. Everyone wants to see him face Brock Lesnar. I want to see that match at WrestleMania 40. That needs to happen. I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. I want to see Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov again and Bash in Berlin. That'd be a great match. Please book that. Please book that match. I really want to see that match. But yeah, Gunther has been my number 1 champion, number 1 favorite last year for WWE. So many great matches on Raw and on pay-per-view, PLEs. So, but yeah, overall, it's going to be a great year for wrestling. Great year for WWE. Good year for AEW, but we'll see. Great year for New Japan, TNA, all that great stuff. So, I just want to make this video real quick for my wrestling fans watching this. I'm a big wrestling fan too. I've been a wrestling fan since I was 13. So, I've been watching wrestling for a while now. So, I know a lot of stuff, and they're watching, videos about certain wrestlers and wrestling news. So, I'm big into wrestling. But yeah, I just want to make this video about my predictions for this year for wrestling. Alright, so, peace.